are live. Straight Politicking, EP 62. Alex Alonso 101. I'm here with Munchie B, the mayor, to bring you guys another banger. What's going on, Munch? Everything good over there?
Oh yeah, everything's straight. I've been real productive lately, getting stuff done behind the scenes.
Oh, okay. Anything you want to talk about? Projects?
I don't like to talk about stuff prematurely, you know what I'm saying, till it go through. So I don't seem like I'm just popping it, but yeah, I got stuff that been going good for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of weirdos that just be popping BS and nothing ever happens.
Right, I don't want to, I ain't about to appear to be none of those, you know what I'm saying?
And then sometimes you might even jinx yourself by talking about it too much.
Right.
But I wanted to ask you if everything's good with you and Young Ant, Jefe, and Jaleec. Because I noticed that there's been a lot of content being created by those two people in particular when it comes to your name.
Young Ant, he straight. I just know how to deal with him moving forward. You know what I mean? Because he, as of recently, I noticed some new things I had noticed about him in the past. You know what I mean? And our back and forth on those jumper at the point when he said, "Who did YSL Woody get put in jail?" At that point, I know he felt strongly about something he knew nothing about. So he was touching on the subject he hadn't looked into or knew close to nothing about. When the whole world know the whole YSL indictment kicked off, basically because of him, behind him.
Yeah, would you say that Woody was the most talkative informer of the whole YSL case?
I stand corrected if I'm incorrect, but he's the reason that the YSL indictment kicked off. You know differently?
Nah, but I wasn't as... I read the whole indictment back, what was that, 2022? It's been a minute, so I can't really speak on it because it's not fresh in my memory. I do remember the 190 overt acts in YSL. I do remember laughing at a lot of them, thinking that, is this really a Georgia RICO case? But the indictment itself didn't get into the names of the informers, if I remember correctly, but that came out later.
What you mean the informers?
Whoever was telling those names weren't revealed in the initial indictment that was published in 2022.
Yeah, hey, but see, like as time went on during this all the court proceedings and even post court proceeding, I caught on that YSL Woody is a tad bit touched, a little slow. You know what I mean? he not all there. You know what I mean? Can you pick up on that?
I kind of picked up on that when he was testifying in the court case. It seemed like he was trolling the court, and he was doing it in a bizarre way.
But okay, even his dialogue he have on interviews after the whole case is over with, you hear him talk, you could hear that he not the sharpest in the toolbox, or he might be a little slow.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely on the spectrum like we all are, but he's probably...
No.
He's probably, well, I wouldn't call him a Crip Mac.
No, what you mean like we all are?
We're all on the spectrum to a certain degree. The spectrum goes from one side to the other side, extreme.
Well, he's on a way other far side than I am.
Okay. Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm saying like you could hear him talk, and then how he speak, you could tell. Okay, you know what I mean? He probably had some classes that he needed a little bit more attention.
Okay, so if I was to say Crip Mac and YSL Woody, who's more on the spectrum? Who's higher on the spectrum out of them two?
Higher on the spectrum?
Yeah, meaning more, slower, more, whatever, if you fill in the blank.
I don't think Crip Mac is slow. I think he's mental.
Okay, well, I'm not sure what's the difference.
Mental? your mental state. He's diagnosed on paper being schizophrenic. That's mental. Slow. You dumb, and you need a little more. You probably need less students in the class room with you so you could get. You know what I'm saying? You need a little bit more attention. That's YSL Woody. He not. You know what I'm saying?
So he's an undiagnosed slow person.
His mama know what's going on. Believe it.
Okay. So your whole situation when Young Ant was over that Woody, whether or not it was why trust what Woody got to say. That's what it is.
Yeah, but you know, like people move the goalposts on the conversation. My thing was what make what YSL Woody say credible, and then you know the rebuttal was what make what Thug say credible. But I never said Thug was credible. You know what I mean? I was asking about Woody because you know he said that Thug told Woody to go holler at the police. And that's what Woody had said in the interview. I'm like, what makes that credible? And I was thinking like, what street person would believe that somebody like, hey, go holler at the police and see what they know.
So that's Woody's excuse for telling.
Right, like yeah, just keep it real. You knew what's going on. You sent me, and I'm like, okay, who would believe that? Do it sound believable?
I mean, anything's possible, but
Yeah, anything possible.
In the street life,
I'm saying, do that sound believable? I done heard the scenario you send somebody to go lie snitch to throw them off. You know what I mean? I done heard that like damn, and then somebody end up in a bad jam like I ain't had nothing to do with this. Like, and y'all then came together on, you know what I'm saying, derailing the police and throwing it off on somebody else. You know what I mean? But that's not the case. This dude, he caught on body cam and multiple interrogation videos.
yeah, it would be. It might be tough to believe that story without any confirmation from someone else. You know, did Young Thug tell Woody this alone in a room? Were there other people present?
Is there any text, any receipts?
Yeah, is there any documentation of your interaction with Young Thug? Was there a follow-up? Hey, how did it go? What
Right.
did you learn? All of that. And thus far, we have zero on that, right?
Nothing.
Yeah. If it's not coming with additional information, additional receipts, then I would have to say Woody might be telling a tall tale.
And Jaleece, she says she covered Northern California politics and the music scene as far as Northern California, but all I'm hearing is Mozzie and EBK. But Northern California got a deep history with music and behind the scenes as far as street people. You got mainstream artists, mainstream artists and up and comers is booming out. You got everything from E40 down to Short, Too Short. Then you got Sebo was Tupac's favorite rapper. You got Brother Lynch out of Garden Block. You got T Nutty out of Garden Block. You got other members of Mozzie crew with like Celly Rue and others. And then you got Cash Money Lavish D up there. You got the dude, is it Larch? That ate the human?
Oh, you talking about Big Lurch?
Big Lurch. He that's what history where he eating up humans. Like,
But he did that in L.A.
it don't matter. He's from Sacramento though.
I think he's originally from Texas, moved to the Bay, and then came to L.A. He was all over the place.
Okay, who claim him?
I don't
Northern
know.
California claim him, right?
I don't know. I haven't heard his name in a long time, Big Lurch.
Either way, you got Ghazi's over Empire. He got a whole thing going where he work with everybody. You got the North got it going. You can even touch on how they say that DJ Mustard stole the bass sound. Like but you stuck on this, and that show the lack of journalists journalistic skills you have. And then, no, that's all. Then she said, stay out of Sacramento business when she covering some about somebody from Sacramento getting ran out of Inglewood, and I'm from Inglewood, and the hood that quote unquote supposed to allegedly did it. Like the girl she's got little issues, man. A couple of screws loose. It ain't nothing but some tighten up. You know what I mean?
All right, so you guys are, I guess, y'all are good. Are y'all gonna be on you guys did the show this week together?
I ain't never been on camera with Jaleec.
Never. Okay.
No, I ain't never been on camera with her. But I don't know. She just thrive off of negativity. You know what I'm saying? She get a kick out of being distant songs, even though they don't say her name. She be smiling ear to ear. Like, somebody diss me, I'll be mad.
All right, so you and Ann are good, hopefully.
No, shit straight with Ant. I just know how to move forward with people, you know what I'm saying?
And you're good with Jaleec.
Yeah, Jaleec, all right. She'll figure it out.
Okay. All right, so we got to remember we were talking about Rockim Prowell, or Rockim. Rockim, as the news pronounced it. We was wondering if they were just using an Inglewood address that he had on his ID when he got arrested for killing some gay guys. But it turns out, I'm going to tell you exactly where bro is from, man. I'm going to have to say he was born and bred in the Wood. He's been living at, and this is all public records, this is the address on his ID that he went to jail under, West 109th Street, which is between Wilkie and Spinning, right near Century Park Elementary.
Avenue Piru. It's the avenues.
And he's been there for quite a long time, at least 15, 16 years at this address, probably even longer.
109th Street, down the street from Red Rum. Rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Avenue Piru is based off of 104?
104, 108, 109.
Okay.
And Red Rum represent 109th Street.
And dude also has a brother born and bred on the same house named Detrion or Detrion. And he's 30, let's see, Detrion is like 1 year older. I think he's 1 year older. Let me think. Yeah. So yeah, these guys are Inglewood through and through.
Inglewood kids, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what sent them on one to start targeting the gays, but it's crazy.
It is most bizarre because he's young. I don't know how young the youngest serial killer is, and I don't even know if serial killer is the right label, but he was definitely on his way to kill a third dude, and that one didn't quite work out in his favor.
Well, I think boy that was with the DC sniper was younger than him.
Oh yeah, but he had an older mentor that was teaching him everything along the way. The Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he was just going along for the ride because of this older guy.
Yeah, but he'd still be classified as one of the serial killers.
Yeah, I think they popped 10 people from long distance, the way Charlie Kirk got killed. You know, and it don't have to. I've been hearing a lot of people say, "Ooh, that was a professional hit. That was military."
Which one?
Charlie Kirk, yeah. And it's not that hard to shoot a person with a rifle 100 yards away or 200 yards away. Well, 200 yards is definitely harder than 100 yards, but if you grow up with guns as they do in Utah, if you go hunting as they do in Utah, we used to hunt in upstate New York when I was a kid. My dad was a Marine, so we was handling guns at a young age. Anybody with some gun knowledge at a young age from a parent or just from the city or state you live in could shoot a shot 100 yards away. You don't got to be trained in the military to shoot a shot 100 yards away.
Did they ever catch old boy?
Which one?
With Charlie.
Oh yeah, you didn't know he got caught?
I mean, they didn't want to believe it was the ethnic group that actually did it, and they wanted to you know what I'm saying, spin narratives about somebody black or whatever.
Oh yeah, white on white crime, bro, at its highest.
Yeah. That part.
And he wasn't even a left winger. He's from a very conservative family. It's a Mormon state. They usually vote red. It's a gun-loving state. Charlie Kirk would have appreciated everything about Utah. and it's just ironic he got took out like that. But you mentioned the DC guy that I think his name was Charles Malvo or something. I don't remember. Muhammad and Malvo, they were sniping people from long distance too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they used a white van. They would pull up somewhere, see somebody.
Even did it through the trunk of their car.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you just need I think the older man in that, he had a little bit of military experience, but he wasn't like no professional sniper. But yeah, he did that youngster wrong, man.
Brainwashing them and taking them along?
Yeah. Can you imagine meeting an older guy and you look up to him and he's like, "Hey, come with me. I'm about to go on a sniper mission. I need your assistance." And you say, "Sure."
Ain't that how I go in the gangbang world?
Yeah, but you ain't going on.
Senseless.
Okay,
all of it's senseless. Let's get that right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't none of it, but I'm saying like.
But in the gang world, in the gang culture, you get your independence at some point pretty young. By 18, 19, 20, nobody's telling you what to do. You're your own person within that gang at a certain age. It might happen older for some, younger for others. But let's say somewhere between 18 and 25, you're your own man. So you have the choice to leave or to continue on. Do you know that a national study showed that a majority of kids that join the gang by the age of 14, majority of them leave it before they turn 18?
Oh, that's on paper?
Yeah. It's a nationwide study. So that means, for example, when you was 14, 15, 16, Munchie, how many of the people that you was hanging around with were not around by the time they were 18, 19, 20? They were gone.
Is we including people that died and went to jail?
No.
Or people that just faded away.
Yeah, people that faded away, not died and went to jail.
It's a good majority that ain't is either didn't make the cut or they just like we don't know what happened with them. They just.
Well, we always use that term, didn't make the cut. It's some people. Let's keep it real. There's some people that just say this ain't for me. They not a buster. They will squabble you.
And it was just probably just a phase.
It was a phase, and they just decided, I'm not feeling it. They didn't go to jail. They just stopped coming around.
But they still, if somebody asks them where you from, they tell you they from that. Where they from though. So
they might.
Was that what they like? I don't know how they metrics. You know what I'm saying? It's people that's not into what they into what was once into, and if you ask them where they from, even though they ain't been in their hood since 18 and they might be 30, they'll tell you I'm from West Side so and so.
Well, my point is that like the level of indoctrination within the gang world wouldn't be as high as what this older man did to that young kid. The DC sniper did.
No, that was wrong.
Yeah, that was complete control, complete manipulation.
No, it was wrong.
You know, there is a slight level of that in the gang culture, but not to that severity.
Yeah, no, what he did, that was wrong.
Yeah. Imagine like you could be 15, 16 and just say, I don't want to come to the hood no more. What they gonna do? They gonna come knocking on your door?
They might. It ain't just that easy. Like, what you mean? I don't want to come to there no more.
I mean, if you didn't do anything wrong, like if you leave in good standing, what they gonna do?
Leaving in good standings at 16, that's kind of like you just your shit just begun though.
Yeah. You just don't show up no more. Just don't come. Just don't pop out.
No, it's ways to exit. Yeah. And there's ways to exit on a good note without being frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to get punched on. You know what I'm saying? Just not be a part of something no more. There's ways.
I remember there was a youngster around here, and everybody's asking, man, whatever happened to him? He kind of just disappeared. And then a couple months later, he was in another hood.
Oh, yeah.
He came up in another hood.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I ain't gonna say his name, but S. Wiggins been interviewing him, but that sounds familiar.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
But it's when it happens between rival sets. That's when I always think, wow, hood hopping from an enemy set to another to rival between rival sets is crazy to me. Now, if you go from a Piru set, let's say you from Fruittown and then you end up hanging out with some West Sides and you became a West Side and that's where you stayed. Oh, that makes sense.
I think hood hopping is bunk, period.
Yeah, but
even if it's blood to blood though, unless you from one of them hoods that faded away, and it eventually became something else, or you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
That's something different. But hood hopping, it's a felony when you do it blood to crip. But like it's still frowned upon, kind of sort of.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I don't look at it as that much of a violation if you do it between friendly sets. You know, like how did you feel about Indian Red Boy who went from Hollywood Piru to Inglewood Family?
I didn't feel no way because that wasn't that was like my younger homies group of friends. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when he was already from Inglewood Family and put on and all that when I met him, and then I was like, oh, he used to be from over there. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So like, and then when they come into your set, you never feel away.
Yeah.
Like you come, like you over here with us now. You all right, brother? You from the gangland? You family now?
Yeah. So in that situation, it wasn't all that frowned upon.
It's less frowned upon. I mean, I don't know if the Hollyyhoods would say the same thing. That's what I'm saying. It's coming from them to us, but
Now I wonder if
you gotta ask all these people that received or Snoopy Badass left they hood.
What you mean?
I mean, he was from Avalon, then he went to something else. So the OG Avalon that we saw, that we talked to on the phone, he said he bumped into Sassy Badass in the pen, was like, hey man, I know you, huh? You the little, you from the hood, huh? And Snoopy was like, nah, I'm from Pyro. Nah, you ain't from Avalon, you ain't from the hood. Nah. You sure? Like, so, like, that was weird. That was a weird interaction. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure you've experienced guys that were from Inglewood from a blood set, and then maybe when they were 16, 17, 18 decided to flip to a Crip set. You got at least.
I got two. I got two that was my friend. He from Rollin 60s right now. And then the one that's a generation above me, he was from Inglewood Family, and he from Rollin 60s right now.
That's crazy to go.
One tiny scooter loc from 60s right now. That was my generation. And one of the S Max from 60s, and he from 60s right now.
And then that means that the reverse is most likely true too. That a couple of dudes that was 6'0", eventually embraced IF.
I don't know if they did. If they did, like I don't know they part of their life. Somebody just brought it to my attention the other day that he like showed me the video. Oh, I ain't gonna put him out there.
No, but
like he pointed out one. He's like, oh yeah, man. When he went to lock, he was from A9 East Coast. I'm like, what? Like you go look at this video. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that's him. And then he named another name that I'm not familiar with. He said, man, he was from 60s in 2009. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm about to figure out who that is. Like, you know, he was super 60s into that, but I don't know him. Not yet. I'm curious to know who the dude was from 60s.
But you're gonna be in a position to where you're gonna have to embrace.
I probably already did, because this dude from 60s, like, it's 2025. I probably and then passed him the bottle. Oh yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? He said whoever the I'll know exactly who he talking about. I was from A9 East Coast, because he went straight to the YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say the YouTube video, but you know, you got the content.
All right. I just looked up Rockim Prowell's next court date. It's next month, October 16th.
You going?
If I'm not busy, I definitely gonna pop up and just witness. This is gonna be a high profile trial when it does happen, and of course he's got no bail.
He was ducking down and shit the first time.
He didn't even show himself at all. That was just arraignment.
He ain't gonna be able to keep doing that shit, because what? On that video, he's behind the glass, right?
Yeah, because in the arraignment
when
court,
he go back, he ain't gonna be behind that glass.
Yeah, the arraignment court has the glass at the top, but then it's like maybe where your chest is at is wood. So from your chest up, you can see the person. He ain't gonna be able to do that in any other courtroom, because he's not gonna be able to duck down behind the wood wall. I wonder why he did that.
Because he ashamed.
He's ashamed, but damn, he was out there allegedly doing this for years.
And he got a note. he had to know if he is guilty of this. He had to know if he got caught, this is gonna be high profile.
Man, that to me is when you're completely mentally unbalanced, where you have a desire to kill gay men or whatever your desire is.
If he is guilty, so because he innocent till proven guilty.
Yeah.
But if he is guilty, I would like for him to come out and tell us why he targeted this group of people.
Yeah, I don't.
There got to be a reason behind it.
Well, his lawyer's never going to tell him to talk. That's for sure.
No, I'm talking about after. Like, maybe you get a book deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might pop up. At this case. I'm fascinated by serial killers in our city. Ever since Richard Ramirez, who was a guy that was in my community when I was a teenager, and he used to come to the 7-Eleven and panhandle all the time. And for him to be on the news months later as a serial killer, I was shocked. And then later, in my adult years, the homeboy that everybody from A-Tray Gangsta knew, Lonnie Franklin, because he worked on cars up and down Western. He was killing all kind of women for like 20 years, and he was living right there in the hood.
All the neighbors loved him. I have nothing negative to say about him.
Yeah, so now we got this guy from Inglewood doing his thing in L.A. And yeah, I definitely want to tap in and see what's going on. But I wonder if he ever, in his younger years as a teenager, was claiming or banging Avenue Piru, and then maybe decided it wasn't for him.
Shit, he could be from Avenue Power right now.
Or his brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it. Because he just a year younger than me, though. You know what I mean?
Well, he's got a brother that's 37, so that would be a year or two older than him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're well known on that block. I bet you, them two brothers.
Right.
On 109th, and apparently that's still the family's house. And I bet you the media has been knocking on their door to ask questions. I haven't seen any footage yet, but once the story becomes, it starts getting its own legs, and it starts getting covered after he goes back to court, yeah, the mainstream media is going to be knocking on their door. What can you tell us about your son, ma'am?
That's like doxing, kind of.
I would say, I mean, when the news media knocks on someone's door and wants to do an interview, is that doxing? Because your son is in the news or your daughter's in the news, or, something happened and now they're all over your front door. Cameras are all over the place. I mean, that's what journalists do. I guess doxing is part of of journalism, to get the story. We got to pull up on you. We got to find out what's going on. We got to tell the story. The public wants to know what's going on with your son, Rockim.
What makes them people think they go talk?
Sometimes they do. Hey, Jeffrey Dahmer's parents gave an interview. I'm not sure which show that was on, but they gave an interview. And they talked about...
You ain't popping at nobody's house knocking at the door and they hollering at you. That's not going to happen.
But how many times have we seen them, the media do that?
And who talked? Who came out on the front yard and started talking? Unless they the victim.
Yeah, if they're the victim, they talk. But every once in a while, somebody might... Oh, you know who used to talk once in a while? Remember Scott Peterson, the guy that was accused of killing his pregnant wife up north?
Mm-hmm.
They would pop up on him, and dude would talk like, "Nah, man, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Y'all crazy. I don't know why you guys in front of my house all day long." And of course, they eventually arrested and convicted him of it. But yeah, Scott Peterson, he used to talk. And I think they used a couple of his interviews in his trial just to show like how much of a liar he was. I don't know.
That's crazy.
All right, David, man. David is the talk of the town.
D4vd. I wonder what the 4 is about.
D4vd. I guess that's a way of doing the A. It could look like an A for David.
Yeah, but why do we use the 4 though? What's the significance of the 4? I wonder.
Yeah.
It gotta be some devil shit because he like a dark side type person.
Yeah, I don't know, but his streams have been going through the roof since this incident happened. He was already doing very well as an artist, but now his His streams on Spotify and all the other music platforms is going through the roof, which is kind of, I mean, look at the reason why.
Romantic Homicide by D4vd is skyrocketing up Spotify charts, climbing 102 spots to number 42 globally, with 2.157 million streams, and 63 spots to number 13 in the US with 849,000 streams. But its resurgence is tangled in a chilling homicide investigation. The song's meteoric rise on September 18, 2025, marks its biggest single-day gain ever, fueled by a 251% spike in D4vd's Spotify followers, pushing his monthly listeners to 33.2 million. With over 1 billion lifetime streams, the 2022 track is finding new life.
Yeah, no, you said it last time. He for sure. He was already successful. We just had never heard of him.
Yeah, I wasn't.
And he got a lot of he had a lot of tour dates domestically and international.
Well, you know, okay. So let me give a couple of updates. He's canceled his tour, which only had a few days left. He's canceled it. We do know. Okay, remember we talked about the weight of this young girl, Celeste Rivas.
Mm-hmm.
I found a missing report that the family filed
From February, right?
February of 2024.
Oh, not 2025.
Oh, wait up. Let me make sure I got that right.
It gotta be wrong, because that's a long time to be sitting in somebody's trunk.
No, I'm sorry. It's from 2024. It's a year and a half. Because I just finished telling somebody this girl's been missing for almost 2 years.
Okay, so when you said the weight, I'm like, man, how old is this person? Because the weight was in the 70s, but I think the family reported during the missing persons report that she weighed 130 something. So her body being decomposed after some time, I think that's why maybe during the autopsy they weighed her and she was 70 some pounds.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. On the missing report, it says 5'3", 120. So she was of normal size. That's a nice size to be, 5'3", 120.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way to get the accurate weight from a decomposed body.
That's very painful to hear, because we know that this body was dismembered and not all parts of this body were recovered. So it would make perfect sense if they were looking to see where that dismembering happened.
But they were able to identify a tattoo on the inside of her finger that said SHHH. And David has the same tattoo. What do you make of that? Anything?
Sneaky link. So it's on this finger? Like, shh.
Something like that. I don't know.
I like that tattoo on some stick slip, like no snitch type thing, but not on no freaky shit, but like on some gangster shit. That's a cool tattoo.
You talking about like hear no evil, see no evil,
Mm-hmm.
speak no evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they have that tattoo in common, which I think is I don't know what it's a coincidence that's not in the favor of David.
Well, I'm gonna let you keep going.
Okay. Now you might hear on the media that she was 15 when she died, but the fact of the matter is she never made her 15th birthday. She turned 15 in that trunk because she was found on the September 8th, her birthday September 7th. They had towed that car on the 3rd. So her body was in there on the 3rd when they towed it, obviously. So, and we don't know when she died. She could have died in August. So she was 14, bro, when she died, not 15. She turned 15 in that trunk, which is sad to say. The coroner has not ruled it a homicide yet because they just can't figure it out. Right now it says undetermined or deferred, meaning that they're still investigating it. So that's why the artist hasn't been arrested. And they did serve a warrant on his house on Doheny. And no, I'm not doxing him. I don't think I'm doxing him because this has been widely reported.
Police have confirmed to our show that they are actively looking for more connections, AKA evidence. A statement they sent to us begins by confirming the search that we told you about last week. Quote, on September 17th, 2025, detectives from Robbery Homicide Division served a search warrant on the 1300 block of Doheny Place in connection with the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. That is it. I mean, they're actually confirming it now, right? It goes on to say this. Several items of evidence were recovered and will be analyzed by detectives in the coming days. This is an ongoing investigation. Investigators are following up on several leads, end quote. Well, that's pretty, I don't know, stark, but it says what it needs to say and it doesn't go any further. For several months, neighbors say the aforementioned Tesla, where Celeste's remains were hidden in the frunk, had been parked out in front of a home where David was living, a home that was raided, the same home that was raided by the police. TMZ reports that the home had been rented by David's manager and that David had indeed been living there before he went on tour. TMZ also reports that detectives spent 12 hours looking for blood stains or blood evidence in that home.
Doheny is the same street that the car was towed from.
Yeah.
The car was towed from not too far from the house he was renting in the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah, it's probably still smarter just to say the street instead of the numbers.
Yeah. So what's your take on this whole thing, man? People are wondering why hasn't he been arrested? Not for murder, because that hasn't been determined, but why hasn't he been arrested for
Statutory
rape?
Yeah, because I don't know how valid this is, but they said he was dealing with her, having intercourse with her since she was 11.
I heard 12. So let's say it's 12.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 2 years ago. She just turned 15. So in 2023, she would have been 12, and he would have been 18, going on 19. I think an 18-year-old with a 12-year-old. Well, he's 5 years older. So he would have been 17 when she was 12, but he would have turned 18 before she turned 13. He's 5 years, a little more than 5 years older than her.
5 and some change.
Yeah, 5 and some change. So what do you think about a 18-year-old with a 13-year-old?
That's horrible.
Okay.
This 13-year-old is in the 8th or 9th grade and you getting ready for college.
Okay, a 17-year-old with a 12-year-old, because that could have possibly happened here.
Man, look, bro, that's horrible. The 17-year-old with a 12-year-old is horrible. A 12-year-old is in middle school, bro. You getting ready for college.
Yeah, but
y'all maturity level ain't even nowhere, like, know what I'm saying?
Here's one thing that everybody is saying, though. This girl did not look 12. She did not look 13. And when she was on her Discord, she put she was 18 or 19 in her bio. So she was lying about her age. She added about 4 or 5 years to her age. And everybody believed it. But they say that David at some point knew her real age. Knew that maybe when he first met her, she lied, but at some point you knew her real age.
Or could you have met a 12-year-old unsupervised? They had to maybe met through somebody or lived in the same neighborhood.
No, the belief is that they met online. That's what a lot of people that were following the Discord. Apparently, a lot of these exchanges took place in a Discord chat. That the police have all that right now.
Okay, so what about this? If you want to call it like a theory, whatever, that they threw out there that she might have been pregnant. That's why he offed her.
Yeah, I've heard that theory.
You heard that?
Yeah, I think the coroner will be able to determine that rather soon.
Man, why they, bro? How long do these autopsies take, bro? If they found her September 7th, 8th, and this is the week of the 23rd, how long does this take?
Well, imagine if they have only 70 pounds of her 120-pound body, 50 pounds of it has decomposed, has evaporated, has dried up. And if she's suffered from trauma, it's difficult to identify that in a decomposed body. Like if she got beat to death, if she got hit, or here's my theory. I'm going to have the most positive theory for David on this.
It's impossible to have the most positive theory.
Well, this is the most positive outcome for David. They were getting high on their drug of choice, and she OD'd.
Mm-mm.
And everybody panicked, or he panicked, whoever was around panicked. and decided to get rid of the body.
Hey, this case is a slam dunk for the prosecution.
But that's a different crime, though. That's not a homicide. If that's what happened.
Whatever it is, he washed up. Even if they want to pin murder on him with an inconclusive autopsy, man, you done. For one, was this car ever even stolen? Like reported stolen? You just missing the whole vehicle since 2024, then reported stolen?
No, the car recently got impounded.
No, because it was abandoned.
But
It's like, okay, it's street sweeping day, and like, who car is this? And then it get towed. Like, it ain't because he reported it stolen. So I'm saying, how you got a car that's been gone since 2024, September?
no, I don't think.
February.
The car hasn't been gone that long.
What you talking about? She been missing that long.
No, she's been missing that long, but she hasn't been in that trunk that long. She's only been in that trunk for a couple weeks.
How they know how long she been in the trunk?
Well, we haven't. The coroner is going to determine that, but based off the smell, based off the level of decomposing,
You ain't gonna never be able to tell how long she been in that trunk.
no, they're gonna figure out an approximate time of death, like a week, a day. They're gonna say. My guess is they're gonna say she died in the second week or the third week of August. You know, because of the smell. The smell is an indication of recent death.
You don't go from 120, 130 pounds to 70 something in a couple of weeks.
Well, they cut her up also, so we don't even know if all the body parts. We don't know if 100% of the body parts were found.
I never heard of the body being cut up.
Yeah, it was.
That's fact?
Yeah, that was definitely reported by the LAPD. So I just looked up the coroner's update, and they still have it as deferred, meaning undetermined cause of death.
Something ain't right, because anybody black would have been locked up already.
But what's crazy, it says here, they have cause of death A, cause of death B, cause of death C, and D, meaning that you could have multiple causes of death. Usually, if it's a homicide and someone gets shot, it'll just be one cause, gunshot wound to the head.
What that say?
A. It says here cause A is undetermined, but cause D, other significant conditions. We don't know what that means.
What about B and C? What you mean? You skip from A to D?
They just went from A to, well, they just put other significant conditions. I'm not sure if that's under D or just under the whole list here. But
They need to be fired.
well, you know what? I'll tell you who's doing the examine. Dr. Ansel Nam.
He need to be fired.
Dr. Ansel Nam has not determined the cause of death yet.
He's not a veteran in this field.
And if there are times where the pathologist cannot determine cause of death, and if they cannot determine cause of death, David walks. He walks.
Nah, he gonna be found guilty of something.
Oh, or something else. Yeah.
Something.
But not homicide.
But that they doing a horrible job. He need to be fired. I don't care. Nobody talking about.
Well, I'm gonna give the pathologist.
Nah, he need to be fired. He need to be fired, bro.
No, that's sometimes you can't figure it out, bro.
No, how long he been doing his job, bro?
Dr. Ansel Nam, I don't know, but sometimes you can't figure it out.
Dr. Ansel Nam need to be sat down, bro.
Sometimes you cannot figure it out. Most of these guys got like 2,000 autopsies under their belt.
So if he got around 2,000, and even if what he can't find out scientifically, he need to use educated thought.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, wow. Dr. Ansel Nam, he graduated from medical school in 2022.
Oh, that's why we can't find it out. He's a new booty. Bro, take him off the job, bro. I will be upset if that was my daughter and this the idiot doing the autopsy.
Well, I'm not gonna go that far on Dr. Ansel Nam.
Man, you need to go back to school, bro.
Okay, so he has 3 years experience and his specialty includes pathology, and hey, it's only been since the 8th or who knows when he started. Let's say he started on the 9th or the 10th, looking at the body.
He fired,
and it's been a couple weeks.
Shit, he's horrible.
No, there's been some great pathologists that have not been able to determine cause of death because.
For him to be new, and then this is just a high profile of a case this is, and he can't figure it out, it's horrible.
Yeah. Okay. Let me read some updates from this article. Let's see if there's anything. There's a few things here new. Okay, so this is they always say the 15-year-old girl. So days after the highly decomposed body of the 15-year-old girl, identified as Celeste Rivas, was found dead in a Tesla and linked to singer David, the Los Angeles police revealed they are following several leads in the case. The Los Angeles home of David that he had been living in was searched by the police. A search warrant was executed in his home in Hollywood Hills that the singer does not own but has been staying at. So yeah, so they went in there and they confiscated a computer, and the LAPD also did blood tests inside the house to see if there's any blood splatter to indicate injury or death. So we don't know what the results are. The house was near the house that David was living in was near where the Tesla registered to the singer of Romantic Homicide had been abandoned. That's kind of crazy. Is a car considered abandoned when it's parked on the same block you live on?
Abandoned is nobody tending to it. I'm telling you, like, it's no parking on that side of the street this day, or street sweeping, and it's accumulating tickets, and that, like, nobody is tending to the vehicle is abandoned.
Yeah, they probably got a bunch of tickets on the windshield. But damn, why? Like let's say if David wasn't involved in this, why?
Most artists that got multiple vehicles, it be somewhere parked in one of these garages, and the batteries there that ain't been driven in so long, type thing. You know what I'm saying? Not just parked on the street.
But who would want to park a car with a dead body in the trunk on your block, the block you live on?
Hey man, if he didn't do it himself, he responsible. Somebody in his entourage did that, and there was some motive behind it.
Okay, so Celeste was reported missing on April 5th, 2024, and her remains were found in David's Tesla trunk on September 8th, 2025. So that's a year and a half later. That's like 18 months later. To be exact, 17 months later. Officers responded to the scene after others reported a foul odor coming from the vehicle. Her cause and manner of death remain under investigation. The musician was on tour at the time of the discovery. Police have not said he's a suspect. So they're being very careful here.
He cooperating.
Yeah, well, I guess he is. Celeste Rivas' body was attracting flies. A strange foul smell prompted locals to inform the police about the abandoned vehicle. Okay, so there was reports that it was smelling on the street on Doheny. Initially, the story was the smell came after it was in the impound yard. But people reported the smell when it was parked on Doheny. And this is an article here confirms it. A strange foul smell prompted locals to inform the police about the abandoned Tesla when Celeste Rivas' body was found. It had already started rotting, attracting flies, as per a TOI report. The investigators have not yet ascertained how long Celeste has been dead, as it could have been for days or weeks. On September 18th, a spokesperson for the LAPD said that detectives from the robbery homicide served a search warrant at the local address in connection to the girl's death. Local reports suggest that the Hollywood Hills address is where the singer had been staying. Several items of evidence were recovered and will be analyzed by detectives in the coming days. Investigators are following up several leads. My problem with this is if people in the community said there's a smell coming from the car, why didn't that get investigated ASAP? It was towed on September 3rd. They didn't pop the trunk on that car until the 8th, 5 days later, after it was at the tow yard.
What you mean? Why didn't get investigated? Because it got towed? Because it's a stanky ass car right here. So the tow dude just hooked it up and took it to the yard.
Yeah, but if the neighbors are saying there's a foul odor coming from that car, the only thing that really could produce a foul odor is a dead animal or a dead human being. Why not figure it out?
Because they called the tow people. They ain't called the police.
Okay, well, somebody missed valuable days in this investigation, and I bet you that's going to come up. They lost 5 days of evidence. 5 more days of decomposing.
That's a good little argument for the defense.
Okay, so David was renting this home on Doheny Street in the Hollywood Hills, but he's not the owner. You want to take a guess on how much rent he was paying in this house on Doheny in the Hollywood Hills?
How many rooms? You don't say how many rooms?
Nah, but all those houses are nice up there. They all got to have at least a minimum 4 bedrooms.
Rent probably $8,000 a month.
20,000.
Drains to see if there's any, blood evidence or, blood or tissue that was in the drains there. So they did a scouring of this house looking for any evidence. Again, we don't know what, if anything, they found, but our law enforcement sources say when they executed this search warrant, that was on the list, a very long list of things they were looking for in that house. Right.
And also, just remind me, this house is being rented by David's manager.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind that David is a very young, he's 20 years old. So from what we've seen as listings, this house is going, $20,000 that it can be rented for $20,000 a month. It is a large home. It's an estate, really. That's not the kind of thing even a famous 20-year-old could do on his own typically. So it is his manager, a guy who is connected to Interscope Records.
Josh Marshall is his name,
yes.
Right?
Yes. So he is the person we found out who was actually on the lease, who was renting this. But again, from all the photos that David has posted, it's very clear he was staying in this home, if not all the time, frequently he was staying there.
He got bread.
He's paying $20,000 a month. Why not go buy a house, bro? Your mortgage on a house, on a $2 million house, your mortgage is like $12,000 a month, and he's renting. You renting for $20,000 a month. That's insane.
He up.
Yeah. And, well, he's originally from Texas, so maybe he doesn't want. I don't know. You're in LA. You obviously like it here. Go buy a house. Okay, so the car was reported abandoned in the Hollywood Hills, and the neighbors told that it has been there for about a month. Okay, so when they impounded the car on September 3rd, it has been there since early August. Wow. Okay.
So she been in there for that long?
Yeah, she's been in there for about a month. Investigators have not released any information on whether David and Rivas had any connection, but the internet has already made that connection.
I mean, if he was on tour during that time, I mean, like I said, I believe he didn't do it himself. He responsible though.
Oh, but check it out. His tour started in the beginning of August. So if you believe she was killed or put in that trunk in late August, he's on tour. But that tour doesn't start until early August. So it's a possibility he could be linked to it.
Ain't no possibility. It is what it is.
The medical examiner did identify the SHH tattoo on the finger, on her right index finger. There we go. Right index finger.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a photo of David from September 2024 shows him with the same tattoo. See, the internet has been doing their detective work. They're like, okay, they have the same tattoo. Authorities have not yet addressed the seemingly matching tattoos. Okay. Well, they can mean something. They can mean nothing.
Man, the police don't want to take him to jail for some reason. They don't want to.
No, they want to take him to jail, but they don't. They want to make sure it's an ironclad case.
They don't make sure that shit with nobody else. What are we talking about?
What do you mean?
Man, they went and got Puffy prematurely. They came and got a gang of Vaseline or whatever that shit was, baby oil, and a lot of recordings that they didn't even have enough time to go through, and came and got them. Like, I thought the feds be already ready when they come and get you. They still needed time. They come get people prematurely. Why is he still finishing up? Bro, after they discovered his body, he still is performing.
Yeah.
They didn't tell him to fly back or nothing. I'm saying it's that white privilege, man.
Well, he ain't white.
What is he?
David?
Yeah.
He black.
He black?
Yeah.
Making that type of music?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was white.
That's why people were saying he was an R&B or rap artist in the beginning. But I did listen to one of his songs where he does spit a few lines in his song that you would call rap, but he's not a rapper. But Nah, he's a brother through and through.
Just hearing the romantic homicide, I assume that he wasn't black.
Definitely, because most black young people
They
his
don't do
age,
this type of music.
not at all.
Huh.
Not at all.
But
But
was completely wrong.
but he's good at it though. He's real good at
What is he? He's very successful.
it. Now I'm listening.
So is the young lady black?
Nah, she's Latina.
Oh right, just her name Celeste.
And she's a pretty Latina girl too. I gotta throw that in
That
there.
name Celeste, man. My brother, weak ass wife, her daughter named Celeste, and she Dominican, and Ashbash middle name is Celeste, and she's from Haiti. So I wonder, like, what do that name Celeste mean? It got a meaning. It's a popular name from wherever.
I think it's an Italian name, but a lot of Latinas use it. And she was, I guess she was in love with the brother. Everybody knew she was dating a guy named David. That's another thing that a lot of people from Lake Elsinore, which is, I believe, Lake Elsinore is Riverside County. That's where she's from. 70 miles east of where we're sitting right now.
Where's her parents at, bro?
Oh man, they haven't really been speaking much. The media took a camera crew to their house in Lake Elsinore, and the young brother, I think it might have been he would probably be her brother. He looked young enough. He didn't even want to talk. He walked back in the house while the camera crew was on the driveway. So yeah, okay. So they started a GoFundMe for Celeste Rivas, where they wrote about how heartbreaking and devastated they are. After the Rivas body was found, her family broke their silence, launching a GoFundMe titled Help Lay Celeste Rivas Hernandez to Rest. As many of you know, Celeste Rivas Hernandez has been identified as the body found last week. This is on their GoFundMe page. She was a beloved daughter, sister, cousin, and friend. Her family is heartbroken and devastated by this tragic loss. Other eerie connections between David and the missing teen include the tattoo, which we've already mentioned. The girl's mom has also said that she had been dating someone named David before she went missing in early 2024. So that would mean she was 12 at the time, hanging out with a 17-year-old. David had been performing on tour since August 15th and has been cooperating with authorities. Let me say that's in quotes, cooperating with authorities in quotes. He canceled a Wednesday night concert in Seattle and has pulled his tour on hold. Police still haven't named him as the suspect. Man, his life has been turned upside down, and you sounding like it's about to be through for bro.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over, huh?
It's over.
I ain't gonna say that just yet. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because the coroner hasn't identified how he died, and if they can't, then he gets to live his life still.
You see how I stereotyped him based on the music he made?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, I think that's a natural. That's a normal stereo. If I was to give you the top 100 people who sing his type of music, whatever we're calling that, alternative pop, alternative folk, 90% of those faces are going to be white.
Scratch that. They letting them stay free and eat black. That's not normal. You know what I mean? They don't give us that much grace.
Okay, what I'm going to tell you, the main reason why is because the coroner hasn't identified the cause of death. You can't arrest a guy for murder.
Yeah, you can't. It's because it's
the defense attorney's going to eat that up.
What? It's his vehicle. Identifying tattoos.
No, you can't do nothing to this guy until the cause of death has been determined.
That's crazy. I don't know, man. The judicial system did me and my peers wrong. Since the day I've been born, I never witnessed a black man get this much grace. And I'm happy that he is giving them the due process. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think this has anything to do with him being black. I think it's because the coroner can't figure it out just yet.
I just ain't never seen a black man get this much grace. But due process, everybody's supposed to be,
And if they know this guy's paying $20,000 a month on rent, they know that he's about to get him a good lawyer if it goes down.
If you don't go get Brian Steele, you stupid.
Yeah,
Brian Steele, the greatest attorney in all times at this point. Mount Rushmore.
Can Brian Steele practice in California? I wonder if he has a California You got to be able to practice in the state that.
So Brian Steele, hold on, Brian Steele representing Puffy, and then he was representing Thug. So like,
Okay, so when he represented Thug, that was a Georgia case. He's
Rico.
He's a Georgia lawyer.
Okay.
When he defended Puffy's that's a federal case. So if you're doing federal law, yeah, you can practice in those states. But this case against David is going to be a California state case. So I could look up, see what states he's licensed to practice in, and recommend him.
Hey man, Brian Steele about his money, so please believe he could practice in California. I'm a betting man. I could bet some money.
Okay.
Let's see. He bought his bread, so this where the bag at.
Yeah, there's quite a few attorneys here in California qualify for the job that David could hire.
No, David, go for Brian, bro. He go sit in the cell with you and fight your case.
Okay. Wow, he's let's see. He can practice in Brian. Okay, but that's federal. That's federal. Yeah. It might take me a while to figure out what states he can practice in when it's not federal. But oh wow, he graduated from Fordham Law in 1990. Fordham Law School. That's in the Bronx. I used to live right down the street from Fordham, from Fordham University.
25 years ago.
Yeah, and he graduated from the University of Michigan with his bachelor's degree. But I don't know what states he can practice in when it's state law. But federally, he could practice anywhere.
Him being a money man, guarantee you New York and California.
Okay, it says here that okay, he's based in Atlanta, Georgia, so he's obviously got his bar card for the state of Georgia. But I don't know. I'm not aware of any other state cases that he has done outside of Georgia. And in order to be able to practice in a state like California or Florida, you got to take the bar exam in that state and pass it. So,
hey man,
some lawyers do it. There's some lawyers that have passed the bar in like 3 states. But I don't know if Brian Steele.
Hey, when my daughter be coming home from school, if I'm near, I'm like, how I go today? She'll let me know, but we'll be at, you know what I'm saying, our little talk before she get her tablet and leave me hanging, right? But I'm gonna tell her, I want you to be an attorney. I want my daughter to be an attorney, bro.
Does she have interest in that?
We gonna figure it out. I'm gonna point her in that direction.
Man, I tried to point my daughter in the direction of medical school, and it was not gonna work. She didn't want nothing to do with like the body and surgery, and so she wasn't with it.
Man, I done had women represent me over the years, in my years of brush-ins with the law, and I've been pleased, bro. Like men versus women do their thing, man. Nah, that gave me a little, you know what I'm saying, admiration, whatever how you say it. You know what I'm saying? How women handle their business in the courtroom. I love it.
Well, I don't know how you can get someone to go into a field, but if they have an interest in it, like my youngest son, I felt he could have been a great lawyer because he was always debating and arguing and fighting and making positions and being opinionated. But now that he's 18, 19 years old,
You don't think so no more?
he's not even interested. I told him about that. I said, you'd be a great lawyer. And he's like, I ain't interested in going to no law school.
Man, I want my daughter to go in there, man. Be the female Brian Steele.
Yeah. All right. So there's a David update, man. And also I wanted to reiterate that we talked about Damon Dash last week when he was on the Breakfast Club. Man, that interview, it's got over 3 million views.
I see why, though. He put on a show.
Yeah, I guess so.
He put on a show, man.
He put on a show for real.
For real, he said, man, I would have socked you. I would have beat your ass.
Is that how you stay relevant when you have no accolades? Is just put on a show?
What you mean that man ain't got no accolades?
He has.
You know how many millionaires he made?
Okay, let me reword this. In the last 15 years, he's got 0 accolades. he has done nothing. He has accomplished nothing in the field of music, entertainment, movies, television in the last 15 years.
Hey man, in life, you in sports, I guess in music, you only good as your last game. If you stunk it up on the field your last game, that's what they go judge you by.
But he talks a good talk, like he's doing all these things, and it turns out he's not doing anything.
Yeah, he said he was the chairman of Revolt, and that was debunked, and I was very disappointed to hear that he lied about that.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to announce, that he is not involved in Revolt. The real CEO of Revolt came forward and actually had to put out a press release to say.
And said it wasn't even that's not even in talks.
Yeah, and I guess that's what happens when an interview gets 3 million views. You got to address the BS. But yeah, that I was a little shocked. I'm like, wow, 3 million views. When you told me you had saw it and you told me it was worth a watch, I said, let me go watch this thing.
Was he?
I'm glad it was less than an hour. I think it was like 50 something minutes.
Man, because man, look, he was ready to bounce anyway. He was getting tired of Charlamagne, but I love for people to choose Charlamagne up, because Charlamagne, he's so opinionated. He got a big mouth, and like you said, man, your big homie is Wendy Williams. Like, come on, man. See,
so you enjoyed the part where he kept calling him gay?
Yeah. No, I loved it, and he couldn't deny it. Like, you got feminine ways, you do female things. Like, it seemed like Charlamagne tried to change his ways in the recent years. You know what I mean? But he's very, very rude, and he don't give nobody a chance.
I thought it was immature to keep repeating, you gay, you gay, you gay.
He kept repeating that he was broke, he broke, he broke.
Well, I think there's more truth to that than that's his comeback, is to question a man's sexuality when we're talking about you got multiple bankruptcies, you're in debt for $8 million, you're not the CEO of I'm about to say Dash of Revolt. So most of what he was saying, Charlamagne, was truth.
He said you act like you remind me of a auntie from Harlem. And that's when he said, if you would have told me that on the streets, I would have effed you up.
So I was going to check what was here's the recent view count on that interview. 3.6 million views, bro, in 7 days. 7-8 days. 3.6 million views. That's insane. And of course, they'll probably have him back, even though that didn't.
If he want to come back.
Why not? But I think that's a bad look for Dame. Nobody is looking for Dame.
He told him, would you rather be going through? Would you rather fight? Would you rather have a repo or a Rico? He told what you call it that Envy.
Oh, because Envy.
Then they said, "See, you been a chatty patty." He said, "How you tell me I'm being chatty patty? I came up with the word. I'm not." Like you said, then it ain't true. So now, did Envy lie about that being a lie? He's saying that he's not facing a radio Rico.
Well, Envy's partner was indicted, but not Envy. So I don't know, if Envy is even going to be ever charged in that case.
I'm pretty sure Envy is lawyered up at this point.
Envy was a spokesperson for that dude. Envy actually promoted that guy.
Aided and abetting.
But I don't think it's like a lot of artists get caught up in that. I think Shaq was a spokesperson for a crypto coin.
Hold on.
That was
I'm glad you brought up his name, bro.
It was a whole hoax.
It's a lot of respect lost for Shaquille O'Neal if he paid for Charlie, how you say his last name?
Charlie Kirk?
Charlie Kirk funeral. Was that true?
I don't know about that one.
If Shaquille O'Neal, and why would he need his funeral paid for?
I know he was worth $12 million.
So that guy, I'm hoping it's a lie, and I'm glad it's a lie if it is a lie.
Okay, so the Envy's guy was indicted in a Ponzi scheme that DJ Envy
promoted.
I guess he promoted it, but he wasn't a participant in the actual. He's just a spokesperson. Just like a lot of like Shaq was a spokesperson for what ended up being a criminal enterprise, a crypto coin that went belly up. So his name is Cesar Pina. That was Envy's business partner. A frequent on DJ Envy's Breakfast Club was arrested for a real estate Ponzi scheme. And he was indicted on multiple counts in New Jersey. Federal agents in New Jersey arrested business partner of DJ Envy for real estate fraud. This was back in 2023. So 2 years later, if they haven't arrested DJ Envy, they're not gonna arrest him. He's just a spokesperson.
2 years later, that ain't that much longer. There it come.
Nah, DJ.
You know how them people work.
Yeah, but if
he'd have a baby on the way and they come right on his parade, bro.
Yeah, but if he was a part of this indictment and they felt like he was a participant in it, he would have been indicted with Cesar.
And he got indicted when? I mean, with who? The feds or the state?
This was a federal indictment.
The feds gonna come when they feel like it, bro. If they don't come in another year, then I believe what you talking about.
Nah, he ain't.
3 years tops.
3, nah.
They'll wait, and they'll wait for him to slip up on a phone call and act nervous and have a conversation with his lawyer or admit to something like. You know how they do, man. Come on, man. This what you do, Alex.
Well, yeah, but I already know that the feds would have been on all over Envy already. I'm almost certain that if we did some research on this, the feds have already cleared him, so he doesn't have any slander and stuff. It says here, Envy claimed that he empathized with Pina's victims because he allegedly gave him money, but did not receive a return. He denied stealing from anyone. In fact, they said that Envy was one of Pina's victims in the fraud. So nah, you see, this is the type of stuff that gets people thinking. When Dame Dash throws those type of statements, that was a nice line. What would you rather have, a RICO or a repo?
Right.
But at the end of the day,
give me the repo.
A repo.
Give me the repo all day.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think Envy is 100% innocent, but it definitely gets people talking again.
Hey man, look, I feel Dame. He had his back against the wall, and they was forcing him to defend himself and paint himself in a better light. He shouldn't have lied about being the chairman of Revolt. No, but I still got a lot of respect for Dame Dash, bro. He made a lot of millionaires, and they seem to forget.
Yeah, I mean, he had his day. He had his time.
Yeah, but people, bro, like if somebody changed my life, I'm forever grateful, bro. And if they down, I'm gonna help them. You know what I'm saying? That's why you make as many millionaires as you can, because unfortunately, if that day come for you, you got buddies you could look to because you didn't help them out. You put them in position. I guess people ain't, you know what I'm saying, taking up to the same sentiments or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, this Lil Meech audio that got dropped by Celina Powell is quite embarrassing. It's not just the audio, but also her posts. And it's given 50 Cent a lot of ammunition to go at the Meeches. And I got an article here that says 50 Cent ruthlessly trolls Lil Meech after Celina Powell leaks damning conversation. 50 Cent clowned Lil Meech over Instagram after Celina Powell leaked a cringy audio clip of the actor begging her to delete posts about their alleged fling. The chaos kicked off when Powell hopped on IG stories with claims that the BMF star is broke, living with his dad, Big Meech, at Floyd Mayweather's crib, and not doing well mentally due to an addiction to pills. Then she dropped the bomb, a private recording where Meech pleads, please, baby, please stop. This is my reputation. I don't know if you tapped in with this, but let me play this this little audio, and then we could talk about it. Here it goes.
I'm begging you, please. Delete this stuff. This is my reputation, bro. I apologize for saying what I said to you. Please, man.
You said it was cap, though. What was cap, Demetrius?
Celina, I said that to get the post deleted, Celina.
Okay. All right. But now you want to make me look like a liar in front of the internet. It's crazy, Demetrius.
That's not how I tried to make you seem. I apologize for that.
Hey, man. I don't know a whole lot about this girl, Celina Powell, but she's got to be a horrible human being just to out somebody, because I haven't even, that's just the audio.
Is she horrible or is he stupid? Because you said you know a little bit about her, but what is the little bit you do know?
That she messes around with a lot of industry dudes. She's probably a 304 and an opportunist. Okay,
so you don't know the side about her blasting people, right? So you don't know that?
Nah, I haven't followed.
Okay, so
she's like a Kareen Steffens from back in the day. Remember Kareen Steffens?
But like, if you listen to this audio, it give you the notation that they was in a relationship.
Definitely.
So Does she sound horrible or do he sound stupid? Why would he be in a relationship with this type of girl?
That's a big mistake.
I don't think she sound horrible. I think she sound like Celina.
Okay, let me read some of these comments she put on her Instagram. Would you believe this crackhead known snitch said I'm a cap? Out of all men you think I'd lie on you, Demetrius, I lied to my friends about not being with you cuz they know you a bum. Okay. Let me read a couple more of these. Mind you, he living in Floyd Mayweather apartment for free with his daddy because they can't afford rent. Bitch, you think I'd be proud to admit that? I cared for you like you were my son. You couldn't even afford meals, ho. I connected you with my weed plug because you can't afford to get high. He's 10 pills deep today. Let me read. I'll read another one. Okay, he's 10 pills deep today. He probably forgot he was with me, and that's why he said cap, because ain't no way. Does lean and perks makes you forget? Serious question. You said 50 Cent was bullying you while you were in rehab, all while measuring your lean. You wake up and immediately pop pills. Please, Demetrius, I know the real you. Yeah, she a horrible person. This is real personal.
She ain't horrible.
This guy's got obviously addiction issues.
She not horrible.
She's putting him on. You're putting someone on blast, bro.
She not horrible, bro. She's Celina. She's her. She doing what she been doing for years.
Well,
she's consistent. So is she horrible or is he stupid?
Anybody who wants to deal with this girl, Celina Powell, would be dumb for sure.
Okay,
but I think every guy.
She's not horrible. She's being herself. She's doing what she been doing.
But every guy probably thinks I have a real relationship with Celina.
That's bro. Listen,
she would never do me dirty.
I could stand corrected. I think something similar happened with her in academics. So my thing is, look, bro, she's not horrible. She's being herself. And if you know what she's been up to in the recent years, what makes you special?
Well, even if she's been doing this and she's been consistent, this is a horrible way to be. If this your claim to fame, here's another one, another post. Demetrius Jr., you got my friends laughing at me for being with you, and you think I gotta lie. And then there's pictures of all these text messages in her phone. But what do you get? What's the purpose of posting all of this?
She getting traction.
Yeah, I guess it's let me blast this dude. Let me embarrass him.
She getting traction, and guess what? Now she in demand for some interviews.
So I can get some more OnlyFans customers.
That too, and she in demand for some interviews. Somebody charge her up for an interview right now.
Go back on No Jumper. You know, go hit the interview circuit. Mm-hmm. And make make several $1,000s off of this.
I believe she been on Plug Talk with Adam the Hit. So look, is she stupid or is she horrible or is he stupid? I think he's an idiot.
Both could be true. Listen to this post. Demetrius, you know that what's cap is the fact you keep posting a Ferrari that got repossessed because you couldn't afford the insurance. Post a car in real time right now. Let's go, please. I mean, anyone that just wants to drag a person through the mud and then just embarrass them when they're obviously going through some things. He might be dumb, as you say, Munch, but he's definitely, look, his daddy been in prison his whole life, basically.
He's nothing like Big Meech. Nothing.
He's obviously addicted to...
The apple fall very far from the tree.
He's addicted to lean and pills and perks. He's not mentally right. He's vulnerable, and she knew this. And she took advantage of it, and now she's gonna go viral for it.
Okay, now if Ascari was Lil Meech and it was in reverse, I was in his shoes. When I would have hit, and then I would have left right from her and did some content. I would have did the Celina Powell PUSSY report card. I would have judged the grip, the moistness, her head, her participation. I would have because it's coming. Like, as soon as I get her mad, I'm getting blasted. So, why not? I'm going to give me a good one in with her, enjoy it, and I'm going to go, whoo, I'm about to go monetize.
So, you're going to beat her to the chase?
Yeah, I mean, and then what I'm doing is not necessarily negative if we have a good time. I'm going to do the Celina Powell PUSSY report card, and I'm going to judge You know what I'm saying? And there's gonna be different criteria, like grip. Like I said, that thing get wet. Her oral, her head was. She gave me some head education, and I'm I'm gonna go from there.
Okay, well, somebody got to be crazy. But if Celina keeps doing this to people, it's gonna come to the point nobody's gonna mess with her.
They go keep doing it. They'll keep doing it.
Look, the last one I want to read is she got a picture of Lil Meech, I guess, sitting on the sink in the bathroom, and she wrote, "Look at my son. I might have to just F his daddy now."
Might as well. Might as well. Pops might as well hit that shit too. But Big Meech ain't going out like that. Big Meech go ahead and that's gonna be that. This ain't new to Big Meech. Big Meech he done hit a gang of Celinas in his life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's doing what Kareen Steffens used to do. I remember Bobby Brown was sleeping on Kareen Steffens' couch. I guess Bobby Brown, the biggest singer of the late 80s, early 90s, didn't have nowhere to go. And what does Kareen Steffens do? Takes a picture of it and posts it.
I read that book when I was in camp. I had my auntie send me the book. She sent me the Confessions of a Video Vixen, Kareen Steffens, and she sent me 48 Laws of Power when I was in camp.
What did you think of the book?
I loved it. and then I'm gonna tell you where she messed up at. The next book, she tried to tone it down, and nobody wanted to hear that. Nobody wanted to hear the holy Kareen Steffens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but nobody's messing with Kareen Steffens anymore. I think she's still pretty.
Tigger from the basement, she said she was around him and his a-hole was bleeding, and you know what I'm saying? He looked like, huh? Yeah, like, alluding to something happening, or I don't know, but I wouldn't care. I would take Kareem Steffens down and Celina Powell because I wouldn't go out like that.
Well, what if here's the thing. A lot of that book, we don't know how much of it is lies. It might be some truth mixed in with the lies, right?
Man, Jay-Z did her like he's supposed to did her in that book. He basically hopped in the car at some head and hopped out. He was gone in the wind.
Yeah, but I'm saying that there's...
What's that rock star dude name in the book? They gonna help me out in the comments.
Okay, so you believe everything Kareen wrote, basically.
I believe a lot of that shit was true. And she spoke on Diddy and them gay parties way back in that book. And then she went to a Diddy party with Exhibit. You know what I'm saying? Exhibit came in there and enjoyed himself, raising her way. And she like looked around, she tapped him like, you know this? He looked like, oh, we out of here. Because it was a gang of flick of the wrist activity going on in there. You know what I'm saying?
So you wouldn't mind, let's say Celina Powell, she'd probably write a book one day. Mm-hmm. And if she's going to write a whole chapter about Munchie B, she's going to tell some truth, but she's going to spice it up. She's going to add a little sauce to it.
I mean, if she lie on me, I'm going to find a way to sue her, man. I just tell the truth, because look, if I ate your groceries, tell it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to do nothing I'm ashamed of. And me knowing Celina Powell, because I'm watching all these examples, I would never go out like Willie Lump Lump, like Lil Meech. Lil Meech is the biggest weirdo in the industry.
Yeah, I remember a couple of years ago, he got caught with a gun at the airport.
And snitched, oh, my brother, oh, my security, I'm an actor. Man, he's weird, bro.
Yeah, that was kind of weird that you got a gun in the suitcase. It happens quite often though. People forget they got a gun on them.
He ain't the only one that did that.
No, it
was somebody else too. I can't call it. But Morals Over Money TV, I got Lil Meech content coming soon because he's a weirdo. And he's embarrassing his dad.
Yeah, his dad's gonna have to save him. Put him in rehab.
He's already there. He's measuring lean.
Sometimes it takes multiple times of rehab to finally kick the habit. One time is not enough.
He went to rehab for the public image to let people know he's trying to recover. No.
And it seems like 50 he canceled the show and he's done with the BMF series.
Hey bro, I study 50 Cent and I respect 50 Cent as a businessman and how he carry himself. I respect it. And I study it.
It was a good show though.
Who cares? I don't need it. I mean, I got Power. I got Raising Cane's. I got, am I saying it right? I got all these movies. He doing a movie right now. He done lost a lot of weight for it like he did the other one when he paid to do it with cancer.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody else will pick up the BMF series.
No, man, you gotta leave that alone, man. Hey, man, 50 wasn't wrong for cutting them off.
But what is?
I respect 50, bro, and I study a lot. I study him a lot. You know what I'm saying?
It's because Big Meech started hanging out with Rick Ross, the rapper.
Yeah, I don't change your son's life, and you go take a picture of my op.
Yeah.
What? Cut him off.
Yeah, I agree with that part.
I respect the F out of 50, man.
Yeah.
His business moves, the way he move, all that, bro. And then he be firm, man. He be firm with his team.
Well, we'll probably. I believe we'll still see BMF somewhere else.
Yeah, he played. Man, Ross played with the subject, talking about keeping it going. Man, yeah, right. We ain't heard nothing yet, bro.
Okay.
If I was to sign somebody, sign me to G Unit.
They still got it? Is G Unit still a thing?
He not signing no new artists, just him, Uncle Murder, and Yayo. They just going on tour international, just doing the old hits or whatever. Sign me to 50 or sign me to Yo Gotti.
Is Lloyd Banks part of G Unit?
Nah, Lloyd Banks doing his own thing.
Oh, so it's just
Yo Gotti. I mean, it's just Uncle Murder, and Yayo.
Oh, Tony Yayo, yeah.
Yayo is loyal, trusted friend.
Man, Tony Yayo has been with 50 probably longer than any other artist.
Changed his life.
Yeah. They were just on an interview together on Cameron a few months back. That was a pretty good interview. 50 Cent came on Cameron's show. And Tony Yayo was right there to the side.
Hey, to the viewers, ask your friend, do anybody got a friend as loyal as Yayo, bro? Tony Yayo is loyal, bro, to the T. I think it's times he played the fool, and as a man, you should have stood up for yourself a little more. So let's not get that twisted. But outside of that, how many of the viewers got a friend that y'all got the same longevity y'all have as they have and as loyal, bro? Gotta respect it.
All right, the last thing I wanted to ask you about, Munch, is I was looking at some hip-hop news, and this one website called hotnewhiphop.com. They're up there with a lot of the top hip-hop websites, like All Hip Hop, Hip Hop DX. But they actually had an article titled YSL Woody confronts Wack100 with a surprise appearance on No Jumper. And I was thinking to myself, is this hip-hop news? Is this hip-hop news worthy? Is this something worth putting a story on a top, legitimate, well-respected hip-hop website? I didn't see this on the other ones, but on this particular one, hotnewhiphop.com, which I've seen before, actually made that into a story.
Yeah, I hate to see a snitch gain notoriety, but he attached to one of the biggest rap stars in the world. Thug. Associated. Attached.
Yeah. I figured this is really an article that happens because of the existence of Young Thug.
Right.
Without Young Thug, we don't know who Woody is in the first place. But the way they titled this, YSL Woody confronts Wack100 with a surprise appearance on No Jumper, I was like, so what? That's not hip-hop news worthy, but maybe I'm wrong.
He not hip-hop, but I guess it's hip-hop news because he had this association with a big hip-hop star.
And then it seemed like Wack was really nice to the guy after trying to call him out on the internet as being a
Come on, Alex,
a snitch, informant, whatever he was. And now they're like, hey, it's nice to see you, Woody. It's really nice to see you. How you doing? How's the family? How the kids?
Yeah, I know we podcasting and we contenting, but you not surprised at that.
I cussed screaming, pops. If I ain't know no better, if I ain't give my life to God, I would have gave you a shape up.
You
I
did
ain't mean
what?
to do this in front of you, pops, but me and your son got unfinished business.
Hey, why you holding right here? He holding up to take care of his business.
He ain't. He know better.
I'ma
Sit
be
on
like
down.
you. I thought you left. I'm gonna be like you.
I did. I hid in the
Come on,
bathroom.
Gliss.
I
I'm
heard Wet was
gonna
on
be
the
like
way.
you in case we gotta fight. I see your hand,
Nah, I'm a son of God now. I can't.
Nigga, you faking. You got another case somewhere, nigga. You faking.
I ain't got no cases.
You got a T-Rail arm?
I got who?
You got a T-Rail arm?
Yep. Who are that?
Guy we know has got a fucked up arm.
Hey, so Pinky, how's it feel?
Pinky.
Yeah, nigga, your pink, your whole face pink.
Man, look, man. My face for the women, man. Don't worry about my face.
How's it feel, though?
It feel alive.
Out there doing donuts on the dirt bike.
Lie.
Quad.
And the truth ain't in them.
What you was on, a four-wheeler?
I was on a dirt bike, and somebody ran it to me.
Was you supposed to be was you riding a dirt bike in the dirt? You always trying to justify your wrong.
I was, but
you got away with that stuff on the
I was riding a dirt bike in the dirt, but not at that moment.
What's up, Woody?
What's up?
Good to see you, man.
God is good.
You're one piece. How'd it turn out for your daughter?
She ain't cry.
She didn't cry. Thank God for Thug.
But that's just whack.
Yeah.
That's just whack. He called Cowboy out his name and seen him and took a picture. He talked bad about Hassan Campbell. They seen each other. It was nothing. He talked bad about the big homie CC dude in Vegas. It was nothing when they seen each other. Like that's just how he get down. So we're not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not that surprised, but the what bothers me so much is that, well, I guess in 2025 the public is really have seen through all of.
I hope.
Yeah,
because I don't think I'm still surprised at how many people still got faith in this man. But I guarantee you, if him and Big U fell in the same holding tank cell, he wouldn't be the aggressor. If Big U willing to have a conversation with him, he's gonna have it. He's not gonna be the aggressor. Big U is gonna kick his ass.
Yeah, Big U is smashing.
He's gonna smash him. But if it's up to Cash Jones, there will be no physical anything. Period. Yeah, man. I don't like the crater phase, dude. So that's how where I'm gonna go. So.
All right. Before we wrap this up, I just got a text message. Somebody's watching your channel talking about, dang, Adam 22 is up at Street TV. So I guess you just dropped some new content of the interview you did with Adam 22, Rich at Heart episode with Mariah.
Yeah, Munchie B, Mariah Hayes. We interviewed Adam, and it's old at this point, but I re-uploaded it to my channel from Street TV, and I did it because Adam don't do many interviews, and when he did do it, this with Vlad, Joe Budden, and he went on back on Fig to cut Milk Water off, and that's it. Like, other than that, so I thought it was cool to throw it up.
Some people are going to look at it and think it's current, which is crazy. That just lets you know.
Yeah, I hashtag re-upload. I ain't trying to catfish nobody, so if they can't read, they can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you could tap in with me, Street TV, on all podcast platforms, Spotify, iHeart, and Apple. And you got your song, Munch, the No Jumper Robbery. That's on all audio players, right?
Yeah, I got No Jumper Robbery on all digital platforms. I got Lil Stupid, me and the little homie Lil Philly going in on Stupid Young. It's called Little Stupid, Munchie B and Lil Philly. That's going up. And then me, Perion J. Key featuring Lil Boosie, the song called Red Lambo. All three of those songs going up right now, so tap in with it.
Yeah, I just saw that your No Jumper Robbery song is almost at 100,000.
Woo!
Which is pretty damn good. But you haven't figured out how to turn on the comments because I guess it's linked in through a different...
Distro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to figure that out because I know it would have been a lot of engagement.
Oh, man, you would have had at least over 1,000 comments, maybe 2,000.
What?
For sure.
That part.
And then those comments actually bring more traffic to the actual content because people go back and forth and they come back to it, listen to it again.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, man, that wraps up another episode of Straight Politicking, and we out.